Dear everyone, I will be discussing the implications of yesterday's significant decline in Bitcoin's value as well as the reasons for it in today's video. The most pressing question at the moment is whether or not this decline will persist following this large rebound, and I will address that as well. I have some speculation about who is selling most of this cryptocurrency and why, and I'll show you a couple of charts that show us what the next big move will be if this bounce continues towards the upside and we see higher prices. This is a very important video, guys. Stay tuned from the very beginning all the way to the very conclusion. If you are new to the channel and would like to learn how to make money in the Bitcoin market, my name is Chris, and I offer you daily videos teaching you this. Click the bell button right now if you are interested. Now let's jump right in yesterday's video, I mentioned that we had lost the orange box and that the next major support level would be at $58,000. What happened next? We fell to $61,000, had a small rebound, and then the news came that Mt. Gox was going to start distributing the Bitcoin they had on exchange. They said they would start in July. This caused a lot of fear in the market because the people who received these Bitcoins could dump 140,000 of them into the open market. You should know that this was one of the main factors that caused the decline. I will go into more depth on the subject soon. Take a look at this. Folks, we were going to hit $58,000, a massive support level when we started to decline, but the bulls stepped in about $400 before this edge, and we closed the candle at $59,000, which is both a base and a support level. So we were successful in closing the candles above this point, and we avoided touching the orange box altogether. The current situation is as follows, but certainly this was a big decline. At $61,000, we do have a level of resistance, therefore we must first overcome this one. Now, in terms of US potentially going down, going to the daily time frame and turning on the moving averages reveals that we also have this green moving average in addition to this enormous support level. Within the orange box, you can see the 200-day moving average. Guys, this level is going to be brutal if there's another decrease. Breaking down from this will require a lot of effort, in my opinion. There was a great deal of anxiety since the distribution of the Mt. Gox Bitcoin may happen as early as July. Now that we know that, let's see where this balance takes us. First, we have the $61,000 level to conquer. Consequently, let's maintain our focus on that. The altcoin market has been interesting because it has maintained a great balance. Actually, compared to altcoins, Bitcoin's price fell yesterday. As you can see, Bitcoin's market share dropped considerably on the most recent decline. Therefore, Bitcoin was the main cryptocurrency dumped here. Therefore, it may indicate a few distinct things. This could be a hint that the market for alternative cryptocurrencies is saturated, with most sellers having already liquidated their holdings. It would also indicate that this was a one-off occurrence, not entirely unique, but mostly caused by a decline in Bitcoin value. Bitcoin will be distributed, not altcoins. That may be relevant, but really we need to discuss the importance of this. In addition, creditors may receive 140,000 Bitcoin in July. What we need to understand is that as a creditor, you had a claim when you are due Bitcoin. Assuming you had 10 Bitcoin on the trade, you now have a claim. You can therefore claim 10 Bitcoin from Mt. Gox. Various institutions have been attempting to purchase these claims throughout the years, beginning with 2014. Remember that this occurred in 2014. So they're claiming that Mt. Gox will only pay 7 or 8 Bitcoin instead of the whole 10 Bitcoin, and that I should pay you 7 or 8 Bitcoin immediately. Thus, this has been going on for more than a decade. Those who have fought back are the ones who are currently receiving their Bitcoin. They may be diamond hands in disguise because they have refused to sell their claims. According to some experts, the majority of the Bitcoin that will be delivered in July will not be sold on the market. Instead, it is expected to remain in the hands of diamond holders who are unlikely to dump it into the open market. This is, of course, just conjectural. We don't have any concrete evidence, but there is evidence to imply that, yes, you probably won't see all 140,000 Bitcoins has been immediately sold on the open market. Statistical evidence really points to these individuals as ones who may simply stick onto their Bitcoin for the long haul. For the past decade, they have had reasonable bids to sell it through the sale of those claims, so there's no need to sell now. Therefore, we must first ascertain that fact. The second point is that conventional markets are presently experiencing some weakness, as they also experienced yesterday. There has been some decline, but the market is still doing well compared to traditional markets. So I don't think there's cause for panic just yet. On the other hand, there has been some improvement in the performance of altcoins recently, and I must say that I'm quite bullish on Lingo. It's one of the few altcoins that I believe will do well during the token launch on June 22nd. If you're interested in learning more about this, you can follow me on Twitter. This is the exact one that I retweeted. Lingo Coins is where you can find their Twitter. Thus, Phantom is still showing an upward trend in terms of altcoins. You can make out a few of these. Meme coins are making a comeback. Thus, perhaps we will witness some recovery in altcoins here, and launches with high-quality coins may begin to do well again. However, in general, I will reiterate what I have said for a long time. Your altcoins should be more precise. It's unrealistic to anticipate all 50 altcoins you hold to perform well. At this point, you must be explicit. Choose your altcoins wisely. You must exercise extreme caution. Now that Bitcoin has reached an RSI level never seen before, we can go on. This falls within the daily timetable. Then, down here at the bottom, you can see the RSI, and we're at extremely oversold levels. Finally, that one time. Actually, we have reached this level 3 times before, with a 60% increase following the first time we did so. We increased by 62% the second time around. On the third occasion, we had a 200% upward trend. Thus, this indicates that the market has run out of steam. The sellers have run dry, so we may be in for a pleasant surprise when we bounce here almost to the orange box, as is evident. If the past is any indication, this could continue to go uphill from here. I also wanted to share this tech demo with you. The RSI is displayed on the monthly timescale chart once again, and this higher trend line has been reached by every peak of the cycle. For the monthly time frame, if you simply buy at the top, sell at the bottom, or follow this trend line, you will do very well. The top trend line represents the first time we hit the peak, and the lower trend line represents the bottom. When we reached the RSI, the market peaked once more. This is where we struck rock bottom. When we reach the RSI, we will reach our peak. Now keep in mind that we have not yet reached the channel on the trend line of the RSI, even if we witness the cycle top at $70,000 or $74,000. So it follows that the pattern in question is now obsolete. As a result, I anticipate a subsequent market phase. If this is the case, then after a peak, a dip, and then suddenly you're back on the upswing. Thus, I believe it to be the true outcome. That and not financial advice is where my money is going. However, my prediction is that the second half of the cycle will be visible and we will indeed ascend to our side level at this location. It is logical. Who may be selling the cryptocurrency at the moment? Let's discuss it as well. Why have the markets experienced these declines? Kadia, president of Leap Crypto, is resigning, so that's that. He is releasing me and standing aside. Continue. With this to a lesser extent. Now we know that Jump Crypto was heavily associated with FTX, Luna, Solana, and a plethora of other things, but they also had strong ties to Alameda and FTX. They actually protected the peg initially when Luna collapsed. Therefore, it is clear that they have been involved in some activities previously. The fact that the US government is looking into them is also known to us, given that they are the subjects of an inquiry. Is his resignation merely coincidental? It wouldn't shock Adam Cochran if Jump Crypto